Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today I'll be looking through this Blackstone Fortress Abominable Intellect. It allows your Blackstone Fortress games to get harder. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and a how-to guide. 43, I think. How to use this set. The following rules allow you to increase the difficulty of your games and present fresh challenges in the form of nightmarish twists and increased hostile presence. There are two ways to use the Abominable Intellect encounter cards: challenging and abominable. These are described on the other side of this card. Each increases the difficulty of the combats the explorers take part in during a quest. Challenging is a higher difficulty level than a standard game, and abominable is even harder again. If you have the Dreaded Ambull, Traitor Command, or Escalation expansions, you'll find Abominable Intellect versions of their encounter cards in this set, so you can play challenging and abominable quests from those expansions. If you do not have these expansions, set those cards aside. Finally, you will find that some Abominable Intellect cards ask for more hostile miniatures than you may have in your collection. Additional hostile miniatures can be found in the Servants of the Abyss and the Cultists of the Abyss boxes. And these are not required to make full use of the Abominable Intellect cards, but having them allows for even more challenging expeditions. The Abominable Intellect encounter cards are marked with a little tiny symbol with a skull in it, so you can easily identify them. So the Servants of the Abyss have, I've seen it has extra models that you would normally get in your regular Blackstone Fortress collection. The original Blackstone Fortress main game has a bunch of different models, and the Servants of the Abyss that they brought out when they also brought out this little box gives you more of those. And then the Cultists of the Abyss gives you more for the Escalation expansion. So that's really handy. So, first, let's have a look. To make your quests or one-off games of challenging difficulty, set up the expedition as described in the Blackstone Fortress Rulesbook, but with the following change. During step 4, instead of creating the encounter deck as normal, replace all of the encounter cards from Blackstone Fortress, or an expansion, with the equivalent encounter cards from Abominable Intellect. And then, if you want to make it abominable level to make your quests or one game of Blackstone Fortress of abominable difficulty, use the rules presented for challenging. In addition, after the deploy hostile step, draw an additional Abominable Intellect encounter card and apply the twist on it for that combat. Neat. So let's see what that's like. Look at that. Normally the Traitor Guardsmen come with, just 7 Traitor Guardsmen, but you add in some rogue psychers too. That's nasty. What? Look at that. 21 Traitor Guardsmen. That would be horrifying. I remember there would be like 7. 21 Traitor's Guardsmen. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Obsidious Malix. I don't think that one's probably really nasty. Negavolt Cultists. Normally I think, the Cultists you get 3 or 4, 2 to 4 I think. And here you've got 4 to 6. What would the twist be? When making behavior rolls for hostiles in this combat, add 3 to the result on the Blackstone dice. Well, that could be really nasty. The higher you get on the Blackstone dice, the more vicious they're going to be. Urgles. Urgles generally, if I recall correctly, are Generally you get 3 or 4, and instead you're like 4 to 6. Panic shots. Treat the aiming +1 action as an aiming +4 in this combat. Woo. Rogue Psychers. These don't seem to be that different. Wow, okay, that's a lot nastier. Look, the previous one was 3 Rogue Psychers, but in this one it's 3 Rogue Psychers, 3 Chaos Space Marines, and 4 Urgles, all in the one area. Perfect. Low lighting. In this combat, add 1 to the cost of all weapon actions that target a hostile at range 2 or more to a maximum cost of 6+. For example, the cost of a 4+ weapon action would be increased to 5+. Oh, 4 Negavolt Cultists and 5 Traitor Guardsmen. Oh, the Negavolt Cultists are so nasty. I would not want to face many of them. Horrifying Regeneration. Remove 1 wound counter from each hostile after the Destiny phase in this combat. Great, 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 great. Unlucky. Each Explorer suffers 1 wound. If this would take an Explorer out of action, instead that Explorer does not suffer 1 wound. Well, okay. So you can't be... You could be unlucky, but you can't be dead. That's nice. So these effects, one of them absolutely will come into play when you're doing the Abominable every time. Every encounter, one of these are going to come into play. Like this one, for example. Treat critical successes as successes in defense rolls for explorers in this combat. Oh no! Catastrophically bad luck. Draw 2 Abominable Intellect encounter cards and apply the twist for each. Let's do that one, shall we? What would happen if we drew 2? Interesting time. Subtract 5 from event rolls in this combat to a minimum of 1. Oh, you don't get as good things happening to you. And Destiny Thwarted. In this combat, all Destiny dice are discarded. That would not be nice. I don't like that when that happens. So that was fun. I won't show all of them, but I would absolutely love to play it this way. And anyone who's played a few games of Blackstone Fortress, I'd certainly suggest this too. It looks like a great fun. And hey, if you don't have any of these expansions, well, you only have 9 cards down from your 34 cards. So what odds? But if you like Blackstone Fortress, I'd certainly suggest the expansions because they really just enhance the experience. And thank you for providing this handy little box that fits all of the cards plus how to play right in the one thing. Well, that looks like super fun. I enjoy the options to make things much more difficult. It would be great fun to ramp it up and expect to die all the time. I mean, it's a great game when you expect to fail miserably and succeed just by pure luck. There are definitely aspects of it with the turn-based and the shooting and the avoiding cover that reminds me of the XCOM game, which I adore. And this is what it feels like to me, and the fact that you can ramp up to Abominable reminds me of it too. I very much enjoy it. Oh yeah, and of course, because your guys die and you are so sad, but then they return and then you go into missions. That's why it reminds me of it. So I'm very fond of Blackstone Fortress, and I am excited to try it out with this ramped up version. I think that's awesome. I also think it's really handy. I was wondering at first when I saw that they had made boxes with extra guys for the Blackstone main game, as well as boxes of extra guys for the Escalation expansion. And this is the reason why, because you need more guys. Like when you roll 21 guys, you're going to need some more. I think that's really handy. Now you don't have to acquire yourself a whole new Blackstone Fortress box. You can just pick up the guys. So thank you, GW, for making that so easy for us to expand on. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed our video, and hit that bell notification if you'd like to find out as soon as we put out our next one. I hope to see you next time. Bye!